Hi, this is Joe Wang here with tips and examples on how to live a fruitful life. Today, I'll be talking about fruitfulness in the context of serving others. If you have not already known, currently I am serving in Tri-City Capernaum YoungLife, aka Fun Life. This is the area that we call our Tri-City Capernaum YoungLife Fun Life. It's basically Capernaum YoungLife is a branch of YoungLife. If you don't know what YoungLife is a non-profit organization, which helps teenagers who are non-believers to get to know Jesus and walk in their faith. Though it has been established for like 78 years, it's only later on that they add more branches to it. And Capernaum YoungLife is the branch it's a YoungLife branch tailored to special needs teenagers and young adults, and that is where I currently am serving. So today I'll be talking about how serving there made my life for the better, made it more fruitful, while talking about what we typically do there on a typical basis. So the thing is that Tri-City Capernaum Fun Life, there's young life all over the country, and meeting at different times and all over the nations. But basically, the club that I'm currently helping out at, we meet every other Friday at Centerville Presbyterian Church in Fremont, California. And the thing is that we would have the kids would come over, and we would do like basically like any, like if you ever been to any youth group or college groups, you would definitely have those group games. Of course we do the group games for the kids, like sometimes it would be like could be as simple as snowball fights, or could be as nerve-wracking, or as complicated as like or crazy as donut competitions, or pieing face competitions, and all those sorts of stuffs. Basically those group games that would like work as icebreakers and make the kids happy and have fun throughout the night. And the thing is that we would take turns us as leaders would take turns in leading those different group games. And the thing is that leading the group games, at least from what I can tell, is that it's really helps my life to become to be more fruitful. Because the thing is that all the time I would see, you can see the kids always, joyful, always laughing, always having fun, always being happy for the simplest things. As well as we also, in the typical meeting, like any youth group or college group, we definitely also have like a quick talk. What we call a quick talk is basically it's a 4 to 10 minutes speech, talking about getting into the word and talking about the scriptures, talking about the scriptures and how it applies to our life, like a sermon, you could say, a short sermon. Like at the the picture of here's like where I have a picture and some glasses. That was actually like last week. It was my turn to give a club talk to the kids, and for that sermon I was talking about how if we get filled with God's love, like I used the water illustration as a way to captivate the idea that if we connect to God's love will pour into us, and it would help us break our bondages of sin and help us to live a life filled with Christ. But it is only even if we think it's impossible, even if no one can help us, God can help us. We just have to cling to Him, ask Him for forgiveness, and the water which represents His love would pour into us, and it would overflow us, and we would no longer have the sinful the desires, and we would slowly break from hard sins like addictions or whatever it is that we are currently facing. And other than that, we also from time to time we also do contact work. Contact work is basically basically like a hangout, like an unofficial hangout other than, of course, like hangout like other than, the regular meeting. So basically, contact works like sometimes I would, invite certain kids that I'm particularly closer with, certain kids closer with, and come to my house to, play some video games. Like in this picture, like I think we were having, that was a while back. I mean, still when the Wii U was still relevant, and we were just like kicking it and having fun with Smash 4. Yeah, it was really great time, and the kids love it. It's just like a low-key thing to like show love to them, show caring to them, show that they they matter, and just like showing them that, hey, because I love God, therefore I'm pouring God's love to you guys, and I really do care about you, and therefore I want to invite you to something, because the thing is like, it's like the previous video where it says, about a church community. If you haven't watched it, I mean, definitely watch it. It's basically, it's like, even when I'm leading those, those special needs kids, like I don't want it to be where me and like everyone else, we don't want it to be where it's just like a gathering, like we want to be intentional to the kids, so, and part of being intentional is to actually hang out with them, like in the contact work, it's like, hey, what's up, like are you free this Saturday or whatever day, and then say, hey, why don't we all come over to my house and we'll play some video games, or like even another time, that I collaborated with other leaders where we organized a hiking, just a chill night out, to have, for the kids to have fun and stuff. And the thing is that also camp, camp is also something that we do also, it happens like once a year, in the summer, where kids would, it's like, like high school or college, where people like would go to a Young Life Christian camp where they learn about Jesus, as well as have crazy fun games, as well as sermon and everything, and whether it's like fun group games, whether it's just like free time, just hang out with the kids, or anything, it's really rewarding, it's very, I can feel that fruitfulness in my life, because the thing is that yes, the kids, they have fun, but like their joy just carries on to my joy, like it carries on to make me more happy, because it's like I want them to be happy, and they're happy, therefore it makes me fruitful and more happy. I mean, and the thing is that it doesn't have to be that, like it's really not about like, how many people I turn to Christ, like how many of the kids I get them to know for sure about Christ, like the thing is that, believe me or not, a lot of people, really ask me, they're like, they want to ask me, say, hey, how do you get kids to know Christ? I mean, because the thing is like, special needs, as far as special needs go, we have, a lot of the special needs could be very low functioning, like they have learning difficulties, how are they able to, grasp the message, whether it's, a short 5 to 10 minutes club talk, how can they apply those to their life, or or like even at camp, those like, because there's always a guest speaker, and like in a sermon, how are they able to grab the message and take out of it, because if they have learning difficulties, how are they gonna do it? A lot of people say they cannot imagine, leading a Bible study to help them to really know Christ, and the thing is that, when they ask me this question, I mean, all I can tell them is I do my best to talk about God, as well as to love on them. And the thing is that special needs, they are still, people, and everyone has their own spirit, has their own soul, and And the thing is that, I'll do my best, to teach them about God. I'll do my best to love them just because, Christ, loved me and love everyone. And, just doing my best to show Christ-likeness characters to them and let those Christ-like characters dwell in them, and hopefully, God's love would pour into them, because of my love for them and my love for God. Then that love would be contagious, and God's love would pour, into them. And that's what I believe, because the thing is that, Christianity, like, unlike other, religions, Christianity is, a lot of people who really truly, like, I'm not trying to bash on, lukewarm Christians or whatever it is, but at least from my experience, it's, Christianity doesn't come naturally. Like, naturally, you need an encounter. And most of the time, my encounter, even for me, that's a whole, different story, but like, I have encountered, God through Him revealing Himself to me, not from what other people, tell me. Other people can teach me this, but as a way for me to open a channel to like, try and talk to God. But God is like the ultimate person who really reveals to me and helps me to, believe in Him, to confirm that He is real. So same with the, regular people or the special needs kids, yes, they may not be able to grasp a sermon. Yes, they may have difficulties to, learn about God, and all that stuff. But that's not the thing that, you don't need. It doesn't need to be that they say that, hey, I believe in God and all that. It's like letting God, take care of that. But, and also, being fruitful in life, fruitfulness in serving, the main thing that I'm really fruitful, again, I have to emphasize again, is that, treating them as they are regular people, as well as, their joy of like little kids, their joy, and everything just really just makes me really fruitful, makes me real happy that, that they are, happy, they are loved, they are loved by us, loved by, God, they are accepted, just fully loved. And the thing is that, we also emphasize that, being fruitful also is to emphasize that, we are all, that's why we do group games also, is that we're working as a team, as a sense that, everyone is a winner, everyone is a winner. So yeah, like, really, serving people, it doesn't have to be special needs or for anyone, serving people is a way of, it also leads to a fruitful life is if done properly, because like for me, it's like, serving the kids is a way of like, giving back, because like, if I love God, and I love people, therefore, I care for people, I want to show them the love of God, show them the love of God as a way to give back on how I experience the love of God. So yeah, this is all I have for today. If you want to know more tips and examples on how to live a fruitful life, feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.